Alright, so we gotta read this book on law for determine the strength of people character, the law of compulsive behavior. When choosing people to work and associate with, do not be mesmerized by their reputation or taken in by the surface image they try to project. Instead, train yourself to look deep within them and see their character. People's character is formed in their earliest years and by their daily habits. It is what compels them to repeat certain actions in their life and fall into negative patterns. Look closely at such patterns and remember that people never do something just once. They will inevitably repeat their behavior. Gauge the relative strength of their character by how well they handle adversity, their ability to adapt and work with other people, their patience and ability to learn. Always gravitate towards those who display signs of strength and avoid the many toxic types out there. Knowing throughoutly your own character so you can break your compulsive pattern and take control of your destiny. Character is a Destiny by Heraclitus. Alright, so let let's talk about something that is honestly costing a lot of us a ton of peace, time, and energy. We are incredibly bad at judging people. We're incredibly bad at judging people. Think about it. How many times have you met someone, maybe a new coworker, a business partner, or even a romantic partner, and you're like, wow, they are so charismatic, they are so put together, they have this amazing reputation, and then 6 months later, they completely screw you over, or they turn out to be incredibly toxic. It happens all the time, and there's a reason for it. There's this book chapter I was just reading called The Law of Compulsive Behavior, and the main takeaway is so brutal but so true. Character is destiny. The core concept of reputation versus character. The text basically argues that when we look for people to work with or associate with, we get completely blinded by two things: reputation and surface image. Reputation is what people say about someone, while surface image is the front that the person projects to the world. Their charm, their confidence, their resume. But the book says do not get mesmerized by that. It mostly smoke and mirrors. Instead, you have to train yourself to look past the front and look deep into their actual character. Now, what is character? Character is in how nice someone is when things are going great. Character is formed in a person's earliest year and it is cemented by their daily habits. The realization people repeat themselves. Here is the kicker, and this is the part you really need to understand. People are compelled to repeat certain action in their life. They literally fall into negative pattern. We love to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? We see someone do something shady or erratic and we think, oh, that was just a one time thing. They were stressed. No, the book is telling you look closely at those patterns. Remember, that people never do something just once. If if they gossip and throw a friend under the bus to you, they will eventually throw you under the bus. If they cut corners on a small project, they will cut corners on a big project. It's a compulsive. They can't help it because it's baked into their character. So, how to actually measure someone? The five metrics. So, how do you actually measure someone's character? How do you know if you are dealing with a high strength person or a ticking time bomb? The book gives us a literal checklist of what to look for when you are observing people. First, how do they handle adversity? When things go wrong, do they take responsibility or they immediately look for someone else to blame? Do they crumble or do they stay calm? Second, how well do they work with other people? Are they a team player or do they always have to be the star while stepping on everyone else? The third one is look at their patience. Can they delay gratification or do they need immediate result and throw a tantrum when they don't get them? Fourth, look at their ability to adapt. When life changes, can they pivot or are they stubborn and rigid? And fifth, look at their ability to learn. Do they actually grow from their mistake or do they keep making the exact same errors over and over again? The fourth part is the plot twist. Look in the mirror. If you can find people who show sign of strength in those areas, those are the people you want in your corner. Those are the people who will elevate your life. And on the flip side, you need to know how to spot the toxic type so you can run the other way before they drag you down into their chaos. But let's wrap this up and with the ultimate plot twist because this chapter doesn't just apply to other people, it applies to you also. It applies to us. The final quote in the passage is from Heraclitus. Character is destiny. If you want to change your life, you have to look thoroughly at your own character. What are the compulsive patterns? What are the things you keep doing over and over again that sabotage your success? Because until you map out your own patterns and consciously break them, you don't really have control over your destiny. Your habits are driving the car, not you. So stop looking at the surface, stop buying into the hype or the charm, watch what people do when they think no one is paying attention. Watch how they treat people who can do nothing for them and look at their patterns because the pattern never lie.